flights and sails always seem so endless and nostalgic. They've crossed the oceans to seek for happiness of their families, carried on dreams and hope despite the burning sun and the freezing wind. Also, they've cried and laughed, tears gathered into the river flow, and joy sprinkled over the horizons. They are migrant workers.
Hi, I'm David. These are the classrooms in our school. Over the past decades, the construction of Taiwan's economy altered. Factories outmoved for lower costs. In order to make them stay in Taiwan, the government imported migrant workers. As in Taiwan, they are mostly from Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand. But in our daily life, we never think of them when we mention foreigners, but servants instead. In addition, few of them ended up returning home with enough fortune for their families, while most of them struggled with their life but got nothing rewarded. They are the same with us, lived, loved, worked, and died. Why should they suffer from discrimination? And why should they work 20 hours a day without overtime wages? Why should they be oppressed by those migrant workers' agencies with payment deprived?
However, the migrant workers imported fears are often dispersed by Taiwan's unique political situation. In the 2000, Philippines workers are frozen due to flight issues. 2002, the same case happened to Indonesian workers for Bleak problems. 2003, Thailand. 2004, Vietnam. And 2010, Philippines again. Migrant workers are more like merchandises than humans. They are just bargaining chips in our eyes. As a result of the fixed contract, neither do the migrant workers have the right to quit nor to be free. To keep staying in Taiwan and make more money, they have behaved well to please their employers. Sometimes, they also need to voluntarily give up the right of a day off each week, or keep silent when asked to work overtime. With the contract, when they encountered employers abusing them, they had no choice but running off.
Well, very cheap. I haven't seen them for 10 years.
Now they demand that I leave.
I have 2 kids.
No one is ready to recognize me as accountant.
We want to be able to come back when the economy is good.
I've got only 20,000.
I have a daughter and I have to support her.
50 Brazilians in my factory have been laid off. What are those people going to do now?
Hi, I'm Alan. With our research, we hope we can not only have a more interview about this issue, but at the same time, figure out some great solutions to solve this problem. For example, we'd like to cooperate with some NGOs who's related to migrant workers, and at the same time, do more risk research about individual domestic foreign workers and individual factory workers. In the future, we hope we can find out more happiness throughout their faces when they are working for our whole society and his workers' family.
Hi everyone, I'm Alan Lin from Taipei Municipal Jianguo High School in Taiwan. I'm the person in charge and I'd like to explain why we had no alternative but to revise the video. We've made a huge mistake while making the video, and the mistake is mainly about the research ethics and copyrights. Our video contents have a serious conflict between these two important disciplines. As you can see, in our video, we've used some fragments which was not recorded by ourselves but by others. Before using these fragments, we've sent message to every single video uploaders for permission to use the video. Almost every user replied kindly and said, "No problem, but remember to put quotation notices in the video." And in addition, there were still 5 users haven't replied last week. There are 2 huge mistakes we made. First and foremost, we didn't put quotation notices as the users demand in the video. Second, we still decided and act on putting the haven't yet been permitted fragments in the video. As I just mentioned, there were 5 users haven't permitted us to use the fragment last week. Yesterday, which is April 25th, one of the 5 video owners, which is a NGO affair called Taiwan International Workers Association, for short TIWA, angrily and severely complained of our usage of the unpermitted fragment. The part which is about a protest on May 1st, 2007 is used, starting from 48 seconds to 56 seconds. They intensely demanded us to cut the part away and said we are not permitted to use the fragment forever. TIWA is the social organization we use to try to cooperate with and hope to get more useful information from. At the beginning of our research, it is they developed our knowledge about the present situation of migrant workers living in Taiwan. We then realized the huge mistake we've made and sincerely apologized to them, but they did not accept the apology. It points out the most serious mistake we made. We used to having a lot of different ways and chances to contact them and ask them if we can use a fragment since we couldn't contact them by YouTube message feature. But instead, we used the video before they agreed right away. Before starting the research, our teacher have reminded us again and again about how important research ethics and respecting copyrights they are. We listened, but didn't bear in mind. We thought they are not essential, but we are definitely wrong. This revised version has put all the quotation notices, including video fragments and music fragments, at the end of the video. We have also got all the permissions from all the video owners. By these identifying measures, we hope we can make up for all the terrible and immature mistakes we've made. The original video has viewed by 562 people and is liked by 168 users. We take a fresh start by this revised version. We've made a self-examination and also fixed the problem. We hope you can still support the video. And at last, we want to offer a sincerely apology again to TIWA and to all the uploaders again. Thank you.